Messengers of the Void. In the quaint village of Elderwood, nestled between whispering forests and the silvery stretch of the Elder River, the nights were usually bathed in starlight. But recently, the skies had been different, unsettlingly so. Celestial phenomena, inexplicable even to the most learned astronomers, had begun to manifest. Comets streaked across the sky more frequently, their fiery tails painting nightmares rather than dreams. Villagers whispered of stars that moved in patterns that spelled doom, and a pervasive sense of dread had settled over Elderwood like a thick fog. One evening, under the restless gaze of the shifting stars, old Mrs. Bramley spotted a peculiar anomaly through her rusted telescope, a black void where no star dared to shimmer. It was an empty patch in the night sky, growing larger with each passing night. The villagers gathered, pointing and murmuring in hushed tones, their faces lit by the eerie glow of the celestial void. The phenomena escalated quickly. The ground trembled beneath their feet, and strange, haunting melodies echoed through the air at dusk. It was as if the earth itself was reacting to the changes above. Children spoke of seeing figures cloaked in starlight in their dreams, whispering cryptic messages in unknown tongues. On the night the void reached its immense span, a piercing shriek split the sky. The villagers, drawn as if by some magnetic pull, found themselves in the town square where the air vibrated with a palpable energy. As they watched in horror, three shadowy figures descended from the void. These entities, draped in the darkness of space, exuded an aura of timeless malice. Their eyes, if they could be called that, shimmered with a light that was not light, a dark glow that chilled the soul. The entities spoke in unison, their voices a symphony of despair. "We are the harbingers of the void, the heralds of the end. The cosmos has turned its eyes upon your world, and found it wanting." A brave soul, the village doctor named Jonathan, stepped forward. "What do you want from us?" he demanded, his voice quivering with fear yet bolstered by a desperate courage. "The cycle must continue," they responded, their voices like the cold vacuum of space. "Your reality is but a thread in the fabric of the cosmos. It is time for it to be unwoven." Panic ensued as the villagers scrambled to escape the square, but an invisible force held them in place, rooted to the ground as the harbingers continued their ominous proclamation. In the days that followed, bizarre events unfolded. Animals began to mutate into grotesque forms, crops withered into ash at the slightest touch, and the river water turned a sickly black. The night no longer brought relief from the sun's heat. Instead, it became a time of terror, filled with the cries of the darkened sky and the whispering winds that seemed to carry secrets too terrible to bear. Dr. Jonathan, seeking answers, delved into ancient texts and forgotten lore, discovering references to the void and its messengers. According to the texts, this was not the first time these cosmic entities had visited a world, and the outcomes were always cataclysmic. Determined to protect his village, Jonathan rallied a group of villagers to stand against the dark messengers. They gathered old symbols of protection, relics said to hold power over the unseen, and prepared for a confrontation. The confrontation was imminent. As the void in the sky pulsed with a sinister rhythm, the village's defenders assembled in the town square, encircling the spot where the entities had first appeared. Armed with their relics and chanting incantations from the ancient texts, they braced as the air grew thick with a suffocating dread. The void above swelled ominously, and then, with a sound like the universe itself tearing apart, the entities reappeared. The battle was fierce and terrifying. The relics glowed with a holy light, countering the darkness cast by the harbingers. For a moment, it seemed Elderwood would prevail. But then, the unthinkable happened. One by one, the defenders fell, overcome by the sheer power of the void's messengers. Dr. Jonathan, with a last desperate effort, thrust his relic towards the lead entity. The relic shattered, releasing a blinding light that engulfed the square. When the light faded, the harbingers were gone, but so was the village of Elderwood. In its place lay a vast, empty crater, nothing remained of the once vibrant village. The void in the sky slowly receded, leaving behind a normal night sky as if nothing had happened. But the silence that enveloped the area was a grim testament to the village's fate, a chilling reminder of the power and merciless intent of the cosmic entities. The world would not remember Elderwood, nor its people. It had been erased so thoroughly that not even a whisper of its existence remained. The void had claimed them, as it had claimed so many before, and would, inevitably, claim many more in the eons to come. And somewhere, in the dark recesses of space, the messengers of the void waited, their next destination already a doomed star glittering innocently in the night sky. Dare to venture into the unknown. Join us on a journey where shadows whisper and secrets lurk. Subscribe now and ring the bell to summon fresh mysteries directly to your screen every few days. Ignore this call, and be warned, an eternal curse awaits those who wander in the dark, unguided. Do you have the courage to face the unknown? Your adventure begins with a click. Welcome to the realm where every notification brings you closer to the abyss. Subscribe, if you dare.